Apparently somewhere in the country a snowflake has fallen.
It's absolutely freezing outside.
We decided to do things differently this time.
Let's go, here we go. Ooh.
Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Studio, your Students Association radio. I'm Malika and I'm one of your regular hosts, and tonight I'm broadcasting from my own home. The fire is on. I've had a nice brew in my OU Students mug, as you can see, and I'm nice and snug. It's a bit chilly outside, to be perfectly honest, so we decided to do things differently this time. This show is about concluding the fantastic fortnight of Freshers. Freshers has always a flavour of excitement for me because it's the opportunity for a Students Association to do things to encourage new students or students who are back with the OU to take part and to remember or to know that there is a whole community out there of students there to talk to you, to support you, and simply to share interests with you throughout your learning journey. So, what went on? Remember that you can always check out online on OUstudents.com to see whatever is going on at any point throughout the year. But you can also access this timetable, and having a look at it, I was completely amazed by the nature and the quality of events that went on. We had all sorts going on. We had some events on Facebook. We had meetups. Business and law faculty had their own event. We had the community drop-in fortnight, which is always on Adobe. We had the Societies Fair also. We also had, during week 2, the DSG group held a whole day, an evening of events online again for people to connect, people with disabilities and illnesses to connect and join and enjoy some time together. We also had the Plexus group, our LGBT plus platform, who organised some things and most probably online too. But again, there's always an opportunity for you to get involved and get to meet people online, and then friendships progress from there. I know a lot of students now face to face thanks to the online events that I was able to take part in. There was a particular event that really caught my attention as well, and this is an awesome homelessness event, student-led by Sarah and Steph, and they went into Milton Keynes in a church, and they basically collected donations from members of the public, and these are going to go to charities. So I just tip my hat off to them. That is absolutely fantastic. But we also had faculty events. So I spoke to you earlier about the business and law faculty. STEM had their own thing, WELD and FAS. Again, if you don't know the acronyms, simply go on to the website to find out a little bit more about them. Don't forget, you can also check out the clubs online. So there are a plethora of clubs that you can take part in. And if one of them is not grabbing your attention or you want something different, why not create your own? It's really, really easy. Just again, www.OUstudents.com and check out the clubs area of the website. If you missed out the whole of a fortnight of Freshers and you would like to find out a bit more about what you can get involved in, don't forget that we also have our meetups. Meetups are an opportunity for you to go and have a beverage in a nice place locally and simply meet up students and have nice chats and form friendships from there. I created the ones in Norwich, and they've gone from strength to strength, and I've met some amazing people. Norwich has now the honour of having Graham, who is absolutely awesome. Graham's been an absolute rock, and he's now taken over whilst I focus on finishing my final degree year and other things. So again, www.OUstudents.com is your place to go and check. Don't forget that you can also sign up for the newsletter at the top of the page. Do not hesitate to sign up to that. Check out the clubs, check out the meetups. Take care and see you soon. Bye.
Hello, this has probably been the hardest thing I've had to try and do. I'm on location somewhere, attempting to beat the snowflakes that are about and bring you a little bit of information about the Students' Association as part of this Freshers' Week. So here goes. This is my final attempt, having done about 50 million of them. Actually, let me just talk to you about how the Students' Association has just taken me to places that I never knew that I could go to or be part of. I was the first voice on the student radio. And here I am again. That was when you couldn't see me. It was a lot better then, wasn't I? Anyway, I've done an awful lot of things since, and this one, this piece to camera, has absolutely flummoxed me beyond, absolutely beyond. I don't know whether any of you have attempted to do a piece to camera before on your own. I had to balance the iPad. I had to learn to look where the camera lens was, hence I look here, I look there. I had half a face, I had noise in the background, I forgot what I was going to say. But as an OU student, we do persevere. So, it's the Open University's 50th year this year. Happy birthday, OU, and happy birthday to the students who started 50 years ago. Some of you may still be going, because we know that once you're an OU student, you're an OU student for life. If you're new, because this is Freshers' Week and this is your first experience of distance learning and you're nervously excited and anticipatory, thousands have gone before you. You're part of this community, and enjoy your journey, run with it. Anyway, last year, as part of one of the many things that I've done for the Students' Association, I was asked to do a little bit of a voiceover for a video that was going to be produced. So in the words of saying yes, I said yes, I'd do it. So I did my piece to camera, and well, not to camera, no, just a voice this time. I have done pieces to camera, and forgot all about it. And then this year I was invited to the Central Executive Committee dinner, and they played the video, and along came my voice. And the video was highlighting your Students' Association.
Hello there, I'm Nicola, the Student Volunteering Officer here at the OU Students Association. The video you're about to see is a celebration of our achievements over 5 decades of the Open University Students Association coming into being. So take a look, enjoy it, and if you'd like to find out more, visit our website. Enjoy.
5, 4.
Well, if we call those lines of communication, then I'll eat my ruddy hat. It's time the Students' Association came into being to get a clear route through and a clear route back. To and from. I think that sceptics are always a hurdle, and they're always with us. And unfortunately, to some people, you have to prove your worth before they'll join you. It's as simple as that.
After much campaigning and hard work, the OU Students Association came into being in 1972, and Millicent Marsland was elected as the first president.
By the mid-70s, student reps sat on major decision-making bodies throughout the university. This continues to this day.
Also at this time, the association helps students with disabilities take part in study tours worldwide using a specially converted bus.
Towards the end of the 70s, we campaigned for access to grants for OU students. The long fight for funding for part-time learners began.
The OU Students Educational Trust was set up in 1984 to give a helping hand to the OU students in financial hardship.
In 1985, President Chris Raworth delivered a petition with 160,000 signatures to Number 10, signalling our tireless support for the Open University against government cuts.
In the 90s, we campaigned for both Bachelor of Science and named degrees. Now students could proudly show their field of study to prospective employers.
Peer support became available in 2000 for students looking for a motivational helping hand from their peers.
In 2003, the Disabled Students Group evolved to provide support for students with seen and unseen disabilities and celebrated its 15th birthday at Conference 2018. President Joan Jones led the campaign to secure the coveted NUS card, now called Totem, for OU students in 2005.
The association was part of the long-running campaign to make student loans available to part-time undergraduates from 2011.
We broadcast our first radio show, now known as Studio, in 2014.
Building on a legacy of inclusion and diversity, our LGBT+ group, Plexus, is formally affiliated with the association in 2017.
Be part of the next chapter in our story.
We are OUstudents!
Hello everybody, I hope that you're all doing really well. My name is Ellie, you may recognise my voice from previous shows. I hope you're all keeping warm in this horrible weather. It's absolutely freezing outside, and as much as I was looking forward to travelling to Milton Keynes to host the show live, right now, while you're listening to this, I'm probably going to be tucked up in bed with a hot chocolate reading Wuthering Heights, which I'm studying right now on my course. So I hope you're all equally as cosy. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the elections because they're coming up. So I'm going to be telling you about what they are and why you should vote. So every 2 years, a student leadership team is elected to represent the views of OU students within the university on different topics, including community and equality and diversity and things like that. And a number of posts have become available, so it'll soon be time to vote again. And obviously, you have a vote too. Every single member of the Students' Association can vote if they want to and choose who they want to represent them. So why vote? Well, the volunteers that you'll be electing include student trustees for the Students' Association. And by having an oversight of governance, strategy and finance, trustees have a considerable impact on your association. And don't forget, this is the organisation which has been working hard for over 45 years to allow student volunteers to represent your voice and facilitate a vibrant OU student community. So if you want to vote, voting will be open between 27th of February to the 11th of March. And to do that, you just need to look in your email inbox. You might need to check the spam inbox. And you'll find your voting email, which will contain a link to the voting site. Click on that and that will take you to the voting site where you can check out candidates and decide who you want to represent you, and you can vote there. It only takes like 5 minutes, and it's obviously a way for you to have your say in the Students' Association and the way it's run. You may even want to consider standing for the election yourself, and there's many reasons why you may want to do that. Firstly, obviously you'll get to be a voice for all students. It'll be a fantastic opportunity, and you'll get to gain professional and personal skills. You get to join a large and supportive team of student representatives, and you help to run a charity with the mission of facilitating student community and support for OU students. So that might be something you want to consider, and if so, the voluntary roles that are on offer at the moment are the Faculty Association Representative for the Faculty of Business and Law, Area Association Representative for the Republic of Ireland, Vice President Community, and Student Trustee, and the nominations for that are open on the 7th of February and they'll be closing on the 18th of February. And of course, support is in place if you have any questions about standing or just want to find out a little bit more about it. And help will include a candidate clinic and live Q&A with staff running the elections, and the dates and information for that will be on the website. And remember, there's no such thing as a silly question. If you would like any more information about anything I've just discussed, you can find out more at www.oustudents.com/by-elections. I wish you all a really lovely evening, and of course it's the weekend, so I hope you have a restful couple of days, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you all next time, where hopefully we'll be back in our studio again. Thank you for listening. Bye!
So, I'm sure you would have seen a post or two by now on the OU social media or on the OU's website about NSS. But what really is NSS? So, NSS is the National Student Survey, which is intended to go to undergraduate students originally in their final year, to provide them the opportunity to feedback about their institution in more general and about the experiences they've had, and to get their whole voices heard about how well or not so well their universities did throughout their journey with them. With the OU, it's not quite straightforward because people tend to study for a longer amount of time. So therefore, any time from your third year, you could be eligible to participate. It's very important for universities because the results will usually feed into what the university focuses on next year. They get to find out what they did or didn't do so well in last year. There are 20 questions, and there are over 8 aspects of things that they ask you about, including about the Students' Association. But they also ask you about your learning experiences, and this really gives you the chance to be a part of it. And if you do decide to fill it out this year, then look out for your emails, or you would be getting a phone call from a totally random number. So that will probably be NSS. But if you do fill it out this year, then you're going to be eligible to win one of the 30 £50 Amazon vouchers that the OU is giving out this year as an incentive for people for providing their feedback. But if you're not eligible, don't worry. There is still lots of ways for you to feed your thoughts back to the university by sitting on different committees, taking on volunteering roles with the association or with the OU itself as well. So if you would like to find out more about that, then please go to www.oustudents.com/volunteering, and you can get involved in all the decision making, give your views, help out other students by feeding into the university, and it's really a great opportunity.
Sometimes you need to have a mindful moment. When you're just living in the moment, because we all know that life can get on top of us. So I'm about to have my mindful moment. Yeah, done that.
I don't know about you, but I find January's a bit grim, really. It seems to go on forever, doesn't it? And over Christmas, you've eaten too much, you've got up late, you've spent too much money, and worst of all, you've got behind on your studies. And that was me, I'm afraid, as well. It's not just you. Now, one of the things I think we're all trying to think about in the new year is how on earth do I catch up again? You had all those good intentions and it didn't quite happen. Now, the first thing I'm going to say, and I always tend to say that in these, is do have a chat to your tutor, because they can probably help you prioritise. A lot of module books have got loads of material in there and it's really, really good for your education to read it all. But if you're running short of time, there may be some bits that you can really focus on. Or you may even just be able to study some of it out of order. That this chapter here may be really important for your EMA or exam, but maybe you don't need it quite yet. Give yourself a little bit of time to catch up on it later. So your tutor might be able to help you with that. Obviously, if the worst comes to the worst, you can start asking for an extension, though you have to be a little bit careful because that can lead you to get even further behind afterwards. But that, that sort of thing is an option. And the other thing that sometimes happens with this, I think, is that you're thinking, I'm behind, I can't face it, I have no motivation to continue. And you just feel my study mojo is gone. Now, you can recover from it. But the first thing I'm going to say, I think we've all been there at some point or another. I think, although I've loved the vast majority of everything I've ever studied with the OU, I think for every single module there's probably been a point where I'm thinking, why am I putting myself through this? Why am I doing it to myself? But you can get through it. Some of the sorts of things I've sometimes used to help me get through it are chunking it up a bit. So I'm not thinking I've got to read 3 chapters. I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to read the next 10 pages and then I'm going to have a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. Or I might also be thinking, okay, I can't face this next chapter, it's so boring. But I quite like the look of the chapter after. And so I might even just skip a bit and get my interest back going again. So when I'm looking at the chapter after, I think, oh, actually that's quite cool, isn't it? And that might actually get me going back into the study mood again. You can always just go for the straightforward bribing yourself. I don't know if many of you have seen that meme on Facebook where you've got a textbook and you've got a chocolate after every single paragraph, and that's how people reward themselves. Maybe not that many chocolates, it wouldn't be good for your sugar levels, but that sort of idea. Another thing that I think can be a little bit counterintuitive is sometimes if you spent evening after evening trying to make yourself study and it hasn't quite worked, you've tried to study but then you've faffed around on social media, or your cat sat on your computer and you spent time with your cat, or whatever, and you haven't got anything done. You haven't actively done anything particularly good either, you just feel you've kind of wasted the evening and you feel guilty. Sometimes it's quite good to actually give yourself permission to just take that evening off properly and just say, that's fine, I'm going to have this evening, I'm going to have a chat to my mates, I'm going to have a nice bath, I'm going to go out, whatever floats your boat. And then sometimes the next evening you actually come back a little bit refreshed, a little bit more motivated to turf the cat off your computer or turn Facebook off or so on. So do try that one. If it's really not working, try giving yourself a break. And the other one is just to imagine the future. Okay, you're fed up now. It's a bit of a really steep hill to climb. But if you think about it, 2, 3, 4, 6, however many years down the line, imagine yourself walking across the stage at that ceremony. Have a look at the videos of the OU ceremonies. You'll never see anything so motivating. So it's worth just thinking about that future. And obviously connect with others. Sometimes it can be really therapeutic just to have a bit of a good moan with other people and then you get back down to it. So remember that if you're feeling demotivated, you're feeling behind, we've all been there. You can get through it, it is possible. And I think January makes it worse, doesn't it? It's grey, it's horrible, it's miserable. So keep yourself going in there. If you're feeling like distracting yourself a bit, come and join in with the Student Association volunteering opportunities. We've got lots of exciting things going on, like our student-led projects, among others, and lots of local meetups to go to. So if you want a little bit of social interaction to encourage you to get back into the whole study thing, don't forget about us. And finally, I'd just like to wish you all the best for the new year. A bit late in January, but nonetheless, we've still got plenty of the year to come. Good luck with your studies, everybody.
Hello, I'm Malika, one of your OU Students Association volunteers and radio hosts. I'm really delighted to be able to talk to you about some exciting opportunities that are available at the moment. It is to do with a topic that I'm really passionate about, and that's the topic of BAME representation. What is BAME, you might wonder? We've got acronyms like TMAs, for example, at the Open University. Well, BAME means Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic, and I identify as such. So, the Students Association carried out some research, and the findings were that there was a lack of engagement and representation within the ranks of students engaged who identify as BAME. So the recommendations from this research was to increase representation, and one of the ways in which the Students Association feels they can do that is by creating 2 fantastic roles. These 2 roles are up for grabs, and they're volunteer roles, and the deadline is the 28th of February for applications. Everything will be online on www.OUstudents.com/search roles. And it is about setting up a new committee and increasing representation. Now, it is about diversity, because the Students Association believes that in order for every student to fulfill their full potential, we must remove the fear of discrimination and prejudice. It is really important that students feel that they can participate, and that obviously ethnicity, nationality or race does not become a barrier to do so. So these 2 roles are fantastic because they are now creating the opportunities for driving forward the equality agenda and the representation of students who identify as BAME, like myself, and perhaps like you if you're watching and wondering if you could get involved. Now, if you do identify as such, and if you'd like to take part and would like to take a leading role, then the chair role might be right for you. But if alternatively you would rather support and advise, then perhaps you might consider applying for one of the working group member or memberships that are going to advise the chair, support the chair in setting up committee and driving forward the representation of BAME students within the Students Association. It is up to you. It's really simple. Just go and check online, again, www.OUstudents.com. Read about the rules and perhaps ask some questions if you're not sure before applying. A lot of things that you can do within the Students Association are generally done from your own home, so you wouldn't perhaps have to travel an awful lot. But again, check everything out, and if you have got any questions, then do contact the Students Association and ask if you want clarification on anything. I'm really looking forward to seeing the first OU Students Association BAME group set up, and I can't wait to be a part of it. Thank you for watching.
Hi OU students!
Hello guys.
Hi there, we're here to announce the winners of our Freshers Prize Draw. We asked you to follow us on social media or log on to the website and tell us what studying at the OU means to you with the hashtag #NewToOU. So Amy, if you can answer the first one.
Drum roll. And the first prize goes to Matt Autocollect. And his reply was, studying at the OU means I can pursue a career in science. Hashtag #NewToOU. Well done, Matt.
Second one.
Let's go, here we go. Ooh. Number 2, lucky 2. And the second prize goes to... That's very interesting. Name? Yuzi.
Oh, that's an Instagram name.
Lovely.
Lovely, Yuzi. And your answer was, studying at the OU means making my children proud of me. Excellent. My daughter has drawn a picture of me graduating in a top with an emoji on the purple glittery skirt.
Aww.
But it's not the front of my file. If they believe in me, then I know I can do it. So you to OU, that's a lovely message. Congratulations to you, Yuzi.
Right, so you're gonna hold it for me?
Yep.
Okay, so the final one is... Emily Christina Legat. Studying at the OU gives me a sense of achievement. As a full-time mummy of 2 children, it makes me feel like I'm able to grab the opportunity to smash my goals. It's my second chance to give myself the career goal I'm aiming for. If it wasn't for the OU, I wouldn't be able to fulfil my potential whilst being a mummy too.
Amazing! Congratulations
Lovely.
to everyone. We'll be messaging you soon.
Bye.
Bye.